Hey there, YouTube. Have you ever had a desk in a high traffic area where you really didn't want the office chair to be in the way as people are walking by it? Or maybe you just don't like the look of those office chairs that you can buy at big box stores. Maybe you wanted something a little more aesthetically appealing for when you're not sitting around. Well, I got a custom order in, and today we're going to walk you through the process where I build a desk with a built-in hidden chair. Stay tuned. So first things first, with building the frame, start ripping down some plywood to the right size that we were planning for the desk and get this started. For the frame of this desk, I decided to use some nice 3/4 inch birch plywood, as I like the aesthetic appeal of the birch face and I needed the strength offered by 3/4 inch at least plywood. For joining all of the frame pieces together, I decided to use pocket hole joints, as I could hide the pocket holes on the interior parts of the desk pretty well for the most part, and you wouldn't see any of them. I chose to use some 1/2 inch oak strips for the front fascia of the desk, and then I decided I was going to use pocket hole joinery again to join all these pieces together. I would hide the pocket holes on the back inside of the fascia where you wouldn't see it. For the top of the desk, I decided to use 3/4 inch oak, again to match the fascia that I had done, as well as add that added weight and stability on top of the desk to hold everything together. With the body of the desk built, it was then time to move on to both the drawer, the cabinet door, and of course, our hidden chair. Now with the overhang created by the fascia of oak that I was doing for the cabinet and the drawer front, I needed to mount some pieces on the inside for mounting the drawer slides and the hinges into the actual body of the desk. With the desk ready, it was time to move on to building the drawer, and then both the drawer front and the cabinet door. So unfortunately, I lost the video footage for putting on the cabinet door, but just to fill you guys in with what I did, I had some European style soft close hinges that I installed on. Now, with these kind of hinges, since they go so far back, you're going to run into issues where you're going to need, if you have a fascia piece that's wider than your side pieces like mine is, you'll want to mount a board inside so that you have enough room to grip onto on the inside of the cabinet. And then you're going to recess in the hinge in the door. I used a Forstner bit, size 1 3/8 was what I used. It was the perfect size for the hinge itself. The thing you got to watch out for this is the depth. Since I was using 3/4 inch oak, it was just right where the Forstner bit would start popping out if I used just the oak depth by itself. So for the cabinet door, instead of recessing in this plywood back piece like I did on the drawer front to get it flush, I actually put the plywood 1/4 inch birch completely behind to give it a little bit more thickness into the door so that I could recess in these hinges. But overall, pretty easy process. Now, to properly conceal our seat with the rest of the desk, we need to make that flush side that you're going to see when the seat is pushed into the desk match up with the drawer and the door front that we just did for the cabinet. So I decided to build 3 additional fake drawer fronts to go onto the seat and properly conceal it. Done for this fake drawer front of the top of the seat. I didn't want the screws to come through on the other side on the seat back when the person's sitting down, because that's not comfortable and nor does it look nice. So I've actually recessed in 2 holes where the screws are, plenty of room, so that this sits perfectly flush and doesn't stick out, but the screws don't actually come all the way through to the seat back. And then I'll glue this up and clamp it. So it's been extremely rainy the past few days. I'm not going to be able to spray outside, which was what I would normally do for something this large that I'm working on. But I'm going to try to stain as much as I can inside. I've removed the hardware from a bunch of the drawers and the cabinet door fronts and everything. I've taped up areas where I couldn't remove the hardware to make sure I don't get stain all over it. So we're going to do some hand staining inside for now. Well, there you have it. Finished the build of this nice desk that I've been working on. We got a nice drawer on up top, cabinet with a shelf on this side, and then our built-in hidden chair. I hope you enjoyed watching this Bublitz Craft build, and I hope it was useful for you. And if you did enjoy it, please feel free to give us a like, a comment, or a subscribe, and stay tuned for our next Bublitz Craft build. Thank you. Have a good day.